Hello Dino fans, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time, hundreds of millions of years, to meet some of the most fearsome and fascinating creatures to ever walk the earth. We're talking about the theropods. If you've ever been captivated by a T-Rex or thrilled by a velociraptor, you're in the right place. These incredible predators belong to a group of dinosaurs called Saurischia, or the lizard-hipped dinosaurs, and they completely dominated the Mesozoic era. So, what exactly makes a dinosaur a theropod? The name itself means beast foot, but there's a lot more to them than just their feet. Picture this. They were almost all bipedal, meaning they walked on two legs. This freed up their arms, which often sported sharp claws, perfect for grasping prey. And speaking of prey, most theropods were carnivores. Their mouths were lined with sharp, serrated teeth, constantly replaced throughout their lives to stay razor sharp. From tiny, bird-like creatures to colossal giants, the diversity within the theropod group is absolutely mind-blowing. They weren't just lumbering monsters, they were agile, intelligent, and highly successful predators that ruled every corner of the globe for over 150 million years. Stick around as we dive deep into the fierce world of these magnificent beasts. Let's rewind to the late Triassic period, over 230 million years ago. This is where the story of the theropods begins. The earliest known theropods, like Eoraptor and Herosaurus, were relatively small and agile predators. Found in modern-day Argentina, these pioneers weren't the massive titans we often imagine. Eoraptor, for example, was only about 3 feet long. But don't let their size fool you. They possessed all the key features that would define the theropod lineage: bipedal stance, sharp teeth, and a carnivorous diet. They were swift hunters, likely preying on small reptiles and early mammals. These early forms laid the evolutionary groundwork, the blueprint for what would become one of the most successful groups of animals in Earth's history. They were the trailblazers, the ancestors who set the stage for the giants of the Jurassic and Cretaceous. As we move into the Jurassic period, about 200 million years ago, the theropods began to diversify and grow in size. This is the era of some truly iconic predators. One of the most famous is Allosaurus. Imagine a creature up to 40 feet long, with a massive skull filled with dagger-like teeth. Allosaurus was the apex predator of its time, a true terror of the Jurassic floodplains. Fossils show it had powerful hind legs for chasing down prey and strong arms with 3 large claws on each hand, perfect for holding onto struggling victims. It wasn't alone, though. The Jurassic also saw the rise of Ceratosaurus, famous for the prominent horn on its nose, and the massive Torvosaurus, another giant that competed with Allosaurus for the top spot on the food chain. This was an age of giants, where theropods truly began their reign as the undisputed kings of the prehistoric world. Now, maybe talk about a family of theropods that has completely changed how we view dinosaurs: the Dromaeosaurids. You probably know them as the raptors. These were the feathered predators of the Mesozoic. Yes, you heard that right, feathers. Fossil evidence from species like Velociraptor and Deinonychus shows clear impressions of feathers, ranging from simple filaments to complex, wing-like structures on their arms. While they couldn't fly, these feathers might have been used for display, insulation, or helping them balance while running at high speeds. Dromaeosaurids were intelligent, agile hunters. Their most famous feature was a large, sickle-shaped claw on the second toe of each foot, which they could retract while walking to keep it sharp. This lethal weapon was likely used to pin down and slash at their prey. Forget the scaly monsters of the movies. These were more like terrifying, super predatory birds. And that brings us to an incredible evolutionary connection: the link between theropods and modern birds. It might sound crazy, but the scientific evidence is overwhelming. Birds are not just like dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. Specifically, they are a branch of Maniraptoran theropods, the same group that includes the Dromaeosaurs. If you look closely, the similarities are undeniable. Hollow bones, a wishbone or furcula, and even the way they laid their eggs in nests, all these traits are shared between birds and their theropod ancestors. Fossils like Archaeopteryx provide a beautiful snapshot of this transition, showing a creature with both dinosaur features like teeth and a long bony tail, and bird features like feathered wings. So next time you see a pigeon in the park or a robin in your backyard, remember you're looking at a direct descendant of the mighty theropods. Dinosaurs never truly went extinct. They just learned to fly. Let's step into the late Cretaceous, the final act for the non-avian dinosaurs, and meet the king himself, Tyrannosaurus rex. For decades, T. rex has captured our imagination as the ultimate predator, and for good reason. This was a theropod of epic proportions, standing over 12 feet tall at the hips and stretching up to 40 feet long. T. rex was a walking engine of destruction. Its skull, over 4 feet long, was built for one thing: delivering the most powerful bite force of any land animal ever. Its massive, banana-sized teeth could crunch through bone with ease. While its tiny arms have been the subject of countless jokes, they were surprisingly strong, possibly used to help it stand up from a resting position or to hold on a struggling prey at close range. T. rex wasn't just a brute. It also had a large brain and keen senses of smell and vision, making it an incredibly effective hunter. It truly was the tyrant lizard king that ruled the end of the Cretaceous. But T. rex wasn't the only massive theropod on the block. Depending on where and when you were in the Cretaceous world, you might have encountered other colossal carnivores. In South America, there was Giganotaurus, a carcharodontosauride that rivaled T. rex in size, with a long, narrow skull perfect for slicing through flesh. In Africa, we find Spinosaurus, perhaps the largest of all carnivorous dinosaurs. This was a truly unique theropod, with a giant sail on its back and a crocodile-like snout. Evidence suggests Spinosaurus was semi-aquatic, a prehistoric river monster that hunted giant fish. It had conical teeth for gripping slippery prey and paddle-like feet for moving through water. The competition between these apex predators was fierce. While they lived in different parts of the world and at slightly different times, they represent the peak of theropod evolution, each one a perfectly adapted killing machine for its own environment. From the small, nimble hunters of the Triassic to the bone-crushing giants of the Cretaceous, the evolutionary journey of theropods is a story of adaptation and dominance. Over 150 million years, they evolved an incredible array of shapes, sizes, and strategies. Some became specialized runners, like the ostrich-like ornithomimids. Others, like the bizarre Therizinosaurus, evolved enormous claws not for hunting, but possibly for pulling down branches, suggesting a shift to a plant-based diet. This incredible diversity is what made them so successful. They were able to fill almost every carnivorous niche on land, from small game hunters to apex predators. The story of theropods is a powerful testament to the force of evolution, showing how a single group of animals can diversify to conquer a planet. Then, 66 million years ago, it all came to a dramatic end. A massive asteroid, 6 miles wide, slammed into the planet near modern-day Mexico. The impact triggered a global cataclysm: earthquakes, tsunamis, and a thick cloud of dust that blocked out the sun, causing temperatures to plummet and plants to die off. The food chain collapsed. The giant theropods, like T. rex and its contemporaries, were unable to survive in this new, harsh world. Their reign was over, but as we discussed, their story didn't end entirely. One small, feathered lineage of theropods survived the extinction event. These were the ancestors of modern birds. In a way, the legacy of these magnificent creatures is all around us. The age of dinosaurs may have ended, but the age of theropods, in a sense, continues to this day. Every time a bird takes flight, what an incredible journey through the world of theropods. From the first small predators to the mighty T. rex and the ancestors of birds, these dinosaurs shaped prehistoric ecosystems for millions of years. They were more than just monsters. They were a diverse, successful, and fascinating group of animals whose legacy lives on. What's your favorite theropod? Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the prehistoric world, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing dinosaur content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.